Hey everybody, this is DJ Lou, and the next topic up is Wedding Pros, Sales Funnels, Marketing. Oh my. All right, so today I started putting this blog together, and it was based off an infographic I actually started maybe about a month or so ago. I was talking to a couple wedding professionals in the area, and we kind of got talking about the entire process from website, SEO, email, the works, all the way down to the analytics of everything, post event and whatnot. So I decided, why don't I just kind of put this infographic together, show the visualization of everything, ingesting, going down into the sales funnel. And then I built an article around it. And then I decided, well, not everybody wants to read an article, so, well, here's the video. So the first section of this I want to talk about is prepare. And what I mean by prepare is, setting up your domain, getting a quality website out, be that WordPress, Wix, Squarespace. I personally recommend WordPress. I've been using it for years. Lots of great plugins out there, and I'll have a link below to the hosting provider that I use. It's SiteGround, and they're specialized in WordPress hosting. So speaking on websites for a second, you don't want just ugly or kind of plain website out there. There are literally hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands, of templates that you can use for WordPress. On top of all that, you can always hire a professional. Some people stray away from that, but your website is you. It's your brand. It's your market. In the sense, if you're a wedding DJ like I am, or if you're a photographer or whatnot, this is you. This is your brand. This is your reflection of this. You want to make sure that no matter if you have social out there, no matter if you have just straight word of mouth, every one of those people are going to go to your website at some point. So you want to make sure that it puts on the best face that you could possibly have. And from there we have social. So we're talking Facebook, we're talking Instagram, we're talking about Twitter, we're talking about Pinterest. Whatever properties out there that you think best convey your brand. You'll want to set up accounts. Even if you're not going to use it, get those accounts there so at least nobody's going to steal your brand. But I highly recommend you start leveraging those properties to be able to push out some of this content we'll talk about in a minute. The third piece, and actually it's probably the most important, is local. And ever since Google really started focusing on the local aspect of their SEO side of the equation, it is imperative to make sure everything from Google My Business to Yahoo to the Yellow Pages, whatever property that you can find out there that has your business information, that has links to your website, make sure you go to those properties, get everything filled out, and make sure it's consistent. You can actually also go over to Moz Local. They do have a small business thing, and I think it's like somewhere around $10 to $20 a month. I can't quite remember. I think Moz Local focuses around between 80 or 100 of those sites. I could be wrong. But you definitely want to at least get your local presence solid. You want to make sure that people can see you. You want to make sure all the information is accurate and relevant. So the next topic is create. And what I mean by create is getting content out there for people to view. And this is beyond just having your website and just maybe even a social post or two. You want to actually create a schedule. You want to get some good quality information out there, be it on your website, be it on a Facebook post, be it on a tweet, be it on an Instagram post. You want to make sure that people just kind of remember you. And the only way that's going to happen is to have that repetitive stream of information. You don't want to go overboard. You want to make sure it's great quality so people will want to read it, but you need to have that consistent stream being put out there. All right, the next big piece is awareness. And if you see my infographic, I actually have this categorized in 4 major sections. So let's tackle each one individually. So the first topic I'm going to talk about is SEO. And anybody that's been in the web business for some years like I have, this changes so much that it's really hard to keep a beat on things at time. Right now the big focus is on local, so you want to make sure that your local presence is all established, but you also have to make sure that the quality of the content is really there, that you're not trying to write to bots, that you're not trying to balance a percentage keyword. And while there's great tools out there like Yoast and whatnot that try to put some resemblance of here's the formula, well, the reality is nobody knows the formula. So all you can do, at least what I recommend, is just put out good quality content. Don't overthink it. Don't put out really thin content because Google will frown on that if you only have a couple blurbs and it doesn't really add a lot of value. But if you're putting good quality content out there, you will eventually be rewarded. You will elevate in the ranks of organic search. And in the end, it just gives more content for your potential clients, to hit up and read. So next up we have is social. So Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I mean, the list just keeps on going. It's sometimes hard to keep track of it all. And, it's just a good practice to, whether you're republishing content or putting new content out there, you should really leverage social to your benefit, because your friends are going to see it, your industry peers are going to see it, and hopefully some other people will see it that would be your potential clients. Up next, word of mouth. And, there's nothing else like it. Once you've established yourself, once you have, prior clients, singing your praises, once you've established a good relationship with, DJs and photographers and venues, getting those referrals, there's nothing like it. And you'll find out that after a couple years, word of mouth really becomes the dominant piece in this. And this is not to say you should avoid everything else, but if you strike the right balance, you should see that word of mouth is your most dominant piece. And lastly, we have ads, SEM, and SMM. And I've actually written a really big article. I'm going to link below to it. I've done it for a couple years now. And I just basically look at each piece of advertisement that I've invested in and what my return of investment was, what my thought is. But basically what it comes down to it, you have your wedding specific properties like Wedding Wire and Not. You also have big properties like AdWords and Facebook. And some people get some really good returns on it. Some people don't. I have learned, as kind of just a general rule of thumb, as a small business, you really need a lot of money to play in this space. In addition, I found that the wedding specific properties, at least for me, has not paid off as time has gone on. I've elevated my prices a bit, and I think I might have priced myself out of the market a bit from some of those people. I still get the occasional free inquiry from Wedding Wire or Not, and sometimes they'll convert, but I've definitely learned that it just ended up not being a great investment for me after a couple years. So now we're in the capture stage. And what do I mean by capture is, oh, damn, I got a lead. So, oh, I got another lead. Oh, I got another lead. And, if you're running a successful business, you could be easily juggling, a number of active inquiries, be it cold leads, be it hot leads. You've got various proposals out there, some contracts ready to be signed, and you need to track it all. Now, some people will go to links doing this within spreadsheets. Some people will invest in event management platforms. I'm actually building my own platform called Acuity, and I'll have a link to that below as well. That will hopefully be launched fully by first quarter of 2018. But what it comes down to is you need to track this entire process. But you want to track this process from beginning to end, because nothing's worse than you've had a good conversation with somebody, you forgot to track something on it, and then next thing you know, you got busy, with other clients or something else, and then a week or two goes by, you've forgotten to email them, and they've already signed somebody else. So definitely want to use some type of tracking. Hopefully it'll be something that fits into your workflow that makes your life easier. So now we're at the remind stage. And this is pretty much two parts. The first part is reminders to the clients. Hey, I hope you've had a great experience. Here's some links of the popular review sites I'm on. Could you please write a review? So the exception now to this is Yelp. Yelp is now taking this position that they don't want anybody encouraging reviews on their sites. So I don't know what to do about that. I want to bring people to Yelp, but the combination of them demoting some of the reviews and now this policy change, I'm just not sending anybody over there anymore. But Facebook, Google, Wedding Wire or Not, I'll send my clients over to review on those sites. And for the most part, they really do participate in that. The other reminder side is your relationship with the vendors and venues, especially once you've gotten a good relationship with somebody, keep that relationship going. Send out the occasional email. How's your season going? Happy holidays, whatever it is. You want to keep that relationship going because they are a potential source for clients. I have so many, venues, vendors, all my peers who do send clients my way. And I do the same thing when I'm booked. I'll send them their way because they're absolute great professionals. The last step in all this is measure. And what I mean by measure is actually taking this information that you've accumulated from, when did that client get a hold of you? Where did they come from? How much money came in? How much money did you invest in, say, AdWords or Facebook or nothing at all? But taking that information, breaking it down, and being able to make an informed decision off that data. And again, this is why I'm building Equity out, because you can go into each section, really break down the information and see, are you wasting money on advertisements? Are you trending one way or another, positively or negatively, and be able to take action against that? Well, there's a video, and I hope you liked it. And if so, click that thumbs up button, share this out, hit the subscribe button, do whatever social media is telling you to do right now. I hope you liked this video. See you later.